Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. I have something special for you Infiniti fans. This gorgeous 2019 Q50 Red Sport all-wheel drive. We just acquired this one off lease. The customer was in the military and he got a sudden deployment to Tokyo. And the nice thing about Infiniti, if you're in the armed services and you get a unexpected deployment, they will let you out of your lease without any penalties. So that's really nice. Infiniti does that. I think our parent company Nissan does the same thing as well. So this person went to Tokyo, he turned in the lease with us, and when people turn in their lease with us, we get first dibs on buying them. And why wouldn't I buy this gorgeous example? One owner clean Carfax, only 15,527 miles. Very nicely equipped with features, beautiful color combination, and dynamic Sunstone, which is red. I'll show you this really gorgeous color when we move outside. Then it has this awesome gallery white interior, really great color combination. And I know it's a little bit light, so I know some people might be a little bit turned off, because it can be, let's keep it real, it can be a little bit more difficult to care for a lighter interior like this versus a dark interior. I kind of feel the same way. My Infiniti has a light interior, which wouldn't have been my first choice. I would probably have picked a dark interior on my Infiniti if I could have, but I've grown on it. Mine's not quite as light as this. I have the wheat interior, but they do give you this nice cleaning kit to help condition the leather and keep it looking beautiful. And obviously the customer who had it, they did a pretty good job keeping the leather in good shape over the last 15,000 miles. And we have the build sheet on it too. Original MSRP $59,500. Very nicely equipped with features. The Red Sports generally have a lot of standard equipment, so there's not too many other options you can get on it. This one has the Sensory package. That is a 2650 option, giving you a Bose Performance Series 16 speaker audio system. So it's a surround sound audio system. Then we have a power tilt telescoping steering wheel. Normally it's just manual tilt telescoping. Dual occupant memory system for driver's seat and steering column and outside mirrors. Then we have an advanced climate control system that cleans and filters the air. Enhanced interior ambient lighting and auto dimming outside mirrors. We have Infiniti radiant illuminated kick plates, $485 option. This gorgeous shade of dynamic Sunstone, that was an $800 premium for this color. It's a little bit more labor intensive, painting and finishing this exterior color, so they do an $800 charge on that. Then we have a carbon fiber deck lid spoiler. That was $870 just for that deck lid spoiler. So of course we can print you out a copy or email you one. Of course we have navigation, we have a blind spot warning, forward emergency braking, forward collision warning, and a backup collision intervention. We have a drive mode selector that makes changes to transmission shift points, steering, throttle sensitivity, traction stability control settings. There's a lot of settings: snow, eco, standard, sport, sport plus, and personal. And you'll also notice the Q50 has a dual display system. The top screen is for navigation, parking camera. It does have a 360-degree round view monitor. So you have lots of situational awareness, no reason for curbing up those beautiful wheels. And the bottom screen is a tablet-like interface for vehicle settings and apps. Here you can control some of the driver's assistance settings, like the blind spot alert system, forward emergency braking. You can set that system on and off. Then we have the drive mode selector. So what you do here, you can also control on this screen, and you can actually drill down a little bit deeper and personalize it. Maybe you want to keep the transmission and engine in standard mode, but you want the suspension in sport mode. Well, you can do that here on the screen. This also has a digital dynamic suspension. That's standard on the Red Sport, so there's two settings: standard and sport mode. Sport obviously gives you a little bit more of a stiffer suspension. Active traction control will brake the individual wheels to help you rotate a little bit better through the corners. You can shut that system on and off. Automatic dimming mirror of universal garage door opener. Moonroof. You also have steering wheel paddle shifters. You have Navi synchronized adaptive shift control. Adaptive shift control momentarily holds the current gear for better acceleration at a turn, corner, or when going up a hill. And obviously with Navi synchronization, it can see the upcoming road conditions on the navigation screen, and the transmission can prepare for those upcoming road conditions. All right, now as we move towards the outside, look at that beautiful shade of dynamic Sunstone. It is just a stunning color. I think it's probably one of my favorite colors on the Q50, and if I won a contest or I became rich enough to buy another Infiniti and get a Q50, I would definitely choose this color. Really is a gorgeous color, and I think if you happen to be the next owner of this Q50, you'll get lots of looks and compliments. So also the Q50, you have a more aggressive wheel and tire package, bigger brakes, and as we mentioned before, a sport tune suspension, and it's a digital dynamic suspension as well, so you can change the suspension modes. The Q50 is built on the advanced front midship platform, pretty much the sportiest Infinitis we've seen over the last 15 years, and all the Infinitis pretty much made in Japan are built on this advanced front midship platform. It's also shared with the 350, 370Z. The Q60 is also built on it. The G37, G35, they've all been built on this advanced front midship platform. And the reason why they call it that is they take the engine and they place it as far back behind the front axle as possible, so the center of gravity is towards the middle of the vehicle. It's almost like a mid-engine vehicle. It's a rear-wheel drive based platform. And that's one reason why this Q50 is so fun to drive, is thanks to that FM platform. This also has intelligent all-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is standard. All-wheel drive is optional on the Q50. This one has all-wheel drive, and it's intelligent all-wheel drive. So when all-wheel drive is not needed, like in conditions like this, it will be 100% rear-wheel drive. But this Q50 has a really cool electromagnetic differential that activates the all-wheel drive system. So as soon as those rear wheels slip, in a matter of milliseconds, almost instantly, it can send up to 50% of the vehicle's power to the front wheels. So it does amazing in wet, slippery conditions, which we encounter a lot in the Pacific Northwest. I know some people say, oh, well, I want a rear-wheel drive one because it's a little bit lighter. Well, okay, you know, it might be like 150 pounds lighter with rear-wheel drive, but I can tell you, when it comes to real-world performance, when you're dealing with wet roads most of our lives here, even though the all-wheel drive one weighs a little bit more, that's going to be quicker than rear-wheel drive because you have all-wheel drive and it's just going to grip and take off in wet, slippery conditions, where the rear-wheel drive, with just power going to the two wheels, it's going to get overwhelmed by all that power. The traction control system's going to kick in, and that's going to reduce your performance. So all-wheel drive is going to perform a lot better in our neck of the woods. And of course, if you ever do drive in the snow, you're going to do far better with all-wheel drive than with just rear-wheel drive. So that's something to keep in mind on your Q50 shopping. There's that beautiful carbon fiber spoiler, and for 850 bucks, you better bet it's real carbon fiber, not fake stuff. This has the all-season package, so not only do you have the carpeted floor mats, what looks like they were never used, you have these nice all-season mats, then you have a cargo area protector as well. Nice dual exhaust system on all the Q50s. The Red Sports have these little holes in the exhaust, so that's one way of telling a Red Sport versus a regular Sport Q50. And look at that gorgeous front fascia. 2019 is actually a great year for the Q50 because in 2018 it got its first major refresh, restyled rear, restyled front. The headlights, the front fascia, especially in the sport models, a little bit more aggressive looking. They kind of have this added this kind of cool two-tone part. You have the red, and then you have like the graphite accent here on this lower part of the spoiler. I think it looks really nice. You also have a little bit different design on the interior, different steering wheel. And here we go, the heart of the Red Sport Q50 is this twin turbo V6 that makes 400 horsepower, which you'd expect in the name Red Sport 400. It makes 400 horsepower, so really fast. This is a point and shoot all season performance automobile. It really is unique. There's not too many Japanese-made 400 horsepower all-wheel drive twin turbo sedans that you can find in this price range. The Q50 is pretty unique, and if you do value your Japanese products to actually be made in Japan, the Q50 still is. Not all Japanese brands or vehicles are made in Japan. Not all Infinitis are actually made in Japan, but the Q50 still is. So if that's important for you, that's something to definitely keep in mind. And if you're ever curious whether your car is made in Japan or not, you can always look at the VIN number, and if it begins with a J, that means it was built in Japan. And one last thing I'd like to mention about this Q50, I've covered a lot, is that this is certified pre-owned. So it comes with a 6-year unlimited mileage warranty that covers about 1,400 components. Pretty much you get all the benefits you would as a brand new Infiniti: roadside assistance, trip interruption for the duration of the certified warranty, low rate financing for well-qualified buyers. Your first year of basic maintenance is complimentary. You also get a complimentary Infiniti service loaner vehicle for extended service stays, and those benefits are good at any Infiniti dealership in the entire US. So lots of cool stuff. Any questions, feel free to contact us. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video, and hopefully we'll see you in our store very soon, and have a wonderful day.